Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, like it being J-Nabs in Chicago on offense. There's a question, but for me, sometimes it's Rizzo that's the question mark. I mean, like we know he can do really, really crazy things, but he's not always doing that. And I feel like some of those days are where maybe two others have to pick up the slack. But those are the days where we see a G2 that's not a full G2, right? Like I feel like Rizzo to me.
Now you wonder what Jazzo's looking at in
He's
that
checking
cup.
the water.
It's like, did Gregan spike this stuff?
He was looking like it was contaminated or something.
Panda was doing that yesterday, too. He was coming. He was just staring at it for a minute.
And the good news is Jorby's back on thermostat duty. You can see him standing over at his station.
That's the reason we brought him here just for
thermostation.
Yeah, and here we go. Getting into it. Game 1 of the series. This is for the number 1 seed.
It's best of 5.
Heading into tomorrow.
Oh, is it a best of 5?
It is
best of 7.
I was looking
best
at
of
the
7.
dots at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be modified shortly.
There, it's just look at that.
Boom.
That's production magic.
Just keeping chat on their feet.
Let's see if Dignitas, you mentioned getting that quick start. Wonder if they'll explode early, too, today. It's going for that bump.
Yeah, I like the aggression from Rizzo.
Yeah.
And if you haven't watched a lot of G2, if you're in the minority of people who haven't watched a lot of G2, Rizzo's a bully. Rizzo loves to bump, loves to demo. He's a nuisance on the goal line. He was hungry for it right there. We'll see if that becomes a factor in the series.
Yeah, Rizzo's really annoying to play against. I mean, just in any capacity, even in just ranked. He'll go for you. He'll bump you around, push you out of the way. It's actually really frustrating to play against.
And J-Nabs has said time and time again in interviews that Rizzo, when he's confident in pushing forward and can be that aggressive player, that's whenever everything flows together. And, you know, that instills so much confidence seeing Rizzo, the guy who's passive, actually push forward.
Well, it's tough to be aggressive with his teammates, too. I
Yeah.
mean, there you go. J-Nab's getting a bump out of the way, opens up for Rizzo.
So it's interesting to see. Rizzo is making his presence known. I love the back pass, or the backboard pass from J-Naps. And then you see J-Naps flipping into Yukio, knocking him out of the way.
I'm going to review the goal.
Yeah. Got to make sure it's legit.
Can you imagine we had refs that had a review?
Yeah,
every goal?
CJ is taking a look. You know, CJ, and Johnny Boy, they're not here right now because they decided that they would rather hang out at the hotel, you know, have a coffee, you know, have some pineapple.
I don't even think they're out of bed. I don't think they're out of bed yet.
They are.
Still sleeping.
They're probably
are they?
snoozing. They're definitely
I'd be
snoozing.
sleeping.
I saw them in the lobby. They're chilling. They're kicking back. I said, "Hey, you guys want to come with us?" They're like, "Nah, have this coffee. We'll catch you later."
I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, I'd pick coffee over me too.
That is such a you thing to say.
I'm just surprised you remembered it.
Wow, thanks. I actually remembered what I was going to say before. If you guys want to know,
I'm actually curious.
Tell us, enlighten us.
when you guys were talking about like Panda and like solid players too. Some of the crazy things I see when I see someone like Panda is that, you know, you don't ever see them on the front, you know, as a support player. You don't see them doing crazy things all the time, but we've seen them be able to do that. They have the mechanics. They're always keeping up with the mechanics, but they don't always have to use them. They're just so smart on the field, and I feel that's always the consistency. Why we see that consistency is because the decisions they make before they even have to do a crazy flip reset or anything like that.
Yeah, that would have been a good point to make.
It would have been great then. It would have been great then.
Yeah, it would have been great.
That would have been a nice addition.
Now I'm just disappointed.
Okay.
Oh, and almost off the kickoff, Astral. Violent Panda was up here yesterday, and he said he believes Astral, perhaps the best mechanical player in the world. His words, yes.
Really?
Was that memeing or like?
No,
he was
being
serious.
honest. He was being
100%
serious. He's saying Astral he has the best mechanics in the world. He said it with 100% conviction. And Astral has been really crazy.
He's so consistent. Every single shot he
That's
takes
undeniable.
is always on target.
Yeah, every time it's on his cam, he's doing something.
Just the most is a bold claim.
Oh, it's a huge clear.
I thought he got the bump.
Very good touch by Astral, too.
But there's that
that's what
aggression
you want.
you're talking about, too.
Oh! Bar down ski.
Beautiful bar downs, boys.
That's a great shot from Chicago, too, just to get that angle Oh my goodness.
Oh my good. The way he turned his car was perfect.
Yeah.
There's no other shot that would have really gone. I think that
Yeah.
would have gotten saved if it didn't go bar down.
And,
No.
and with the power that he got, too.
No, that was just a solid shot right there.
Absolutely lovely.
That's not the fast start that we were hoping from
Every
Dignitas,
time,
though.
I'm recognizing a pattern here.
Yeah.
Every time G2 scores, we have an admin pause.
Maybe it's the water that Jazza was trying to
That's
investigate.
it. Yeah,
I mean,
he's found something in the
Yeah,
water.
you can see that Dignitas opted to go with bottled water instead of relying.
Oh, what Yukio's got a red cup over there though.
But he also
he's
has
got
a Beyond the Summit water bottle.
Yeah.
What if he's pouring the water from the red cup into the water bottle?
Dignitas
That'd be impressive.
Dignitas must have poisoned the water. It's confirmed.
No, they wouldn't do that. I know that organization. They're stand up, and you can see Astral drinking out of the water bottle, and now it's down. Good form.
Good commentary.
That was almost as good as his rock paper scissors form. We saw Speeds, right? We have to just
Speed was. I think
Holy.
Speed was probably the worst rock paper scissors
Special
player.
He was trying to
That was
defend himself afterwards.
disgusting.
Yeah,
too.
no, he that's
On
why
what grounds?
that is why they're even worse. Is like the worst players oftentimes they will combat the fact that they are the worst. Like they refuse to believe it and they will argue back despite the overwhelming evidence showing that
was so
listen,
bad.
you are bad. Like this isn't
You
this
are
isn't
bad.
an opinion. This
No.
is fact.
No, I get it. Nobody else knows how to play rock paper scissors. He has.
It's
he
a
has
tough
the
game
best
to
form.
play. I can give it to him.
Yeah. Well, we're getting right back into the replays. This was the first goal.
I mean, this shot, honestly, it looked like Rizzo kind of hit it a little bit light to give JNAP's time to bump him.
Yeah, it was a great call for Rizzo's playing really well right
Yeah.
now. Again, you see so many times he's on the offense, bumping people out. Even that shot was so smart on where he placed it, how long he took to take that shot. Yeah, Rizzo's on point. The whole team's on point.
Yeah,
But
G2
Yeah,
looked
I've
Rizzo's
been
looking good.
liking what I've been seeing from G2. Everybody really getting involved. Rizzo with that goal. JNAP's getting the bump. JNAP's with the 50-50 that led to the Chicago goal. All of G2 playing a role in it. No one's really been quiet. So now,
How will Dignitas respond?
yeah, it's the responsibility's on
They've been
Dignitas
quiet.
to
Oh.
start getting back into it. And,
Instantly.
That's not an answer.
Nothing. Holes in the defense.
These kickoffs are going into the hands of G2 pretty quickly.
and that little touch from Rizzo, bounce pass down to JNAP.
Everyone pushed.
Everyone getting involved.
The vision there from Chicago, though, just to see JNAP's down the field, perfectly pass it to him for
Well,
an easy
everyone
finish.
from Dig just moved past half field after
Yeah.
that kickoff.
Slow start from Dignitas, but we've seen this before in other series. Cloud9 got Braziled in their first game, ended up winning that series. So this is a battle, but there is certainly a war going on between these teams.
Yeah, Dig needs to find something. They're not even like keeping possession at the moment.
Yeah.
Demo's starting to play a role.
Oh, he didn't even get the boost either. He gave away possession and lost boost.
Then he has to go all the way back.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
wonderful
Yeah.
fake from Rizzo. And now he's going for the – you saw him going for the bump.
Oh,
Good
it's a good pass.
Chicago blocking the lane.
That was smart. A lot of people, I mean, maybe not this level, but a lot of people would go for the shot there. But
Or even just a backboard clear.
yeah, but at least knowing, your teammate's there, you can probably get a better shot. It's a good touch.
JNAP's coming off the wall there, questionable. He saw Astral.
he knew there was no chance.
Sometimes you just go for it, though, especially in threes. Sometimes committing to the miss gets you goals.
Well,
or
sometimes,
opportunities.
the miss, and it's the pressure of making the opponent. I mean, he might not have seen him there, but a lot of times you're making them think. And
It's
take
like
action.
it's like when somebody's at the 3-point line, they're wide open, and you know you're not going to get there in time. You still run at them and jump.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
'cause you want to phase them.
you force their hand.
Exactly, and you want to try to get in their head.
Yeah, especially if you know your teammates are back. You're likely okay.
Oh,
to
what a
commit.
save, Rizzo.
Oh, he's going to get it again.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wow. That goal line save. So much space for Astro, I think that was to shoot. But Rizzo just being a brick wall.
Rizzo, even there, he knows the demos are coming
a
too.
double
You see him
commit.
getting out of the way.
G2 get a little dicey on defense there. A couple double commits.
Yeah, but they managed to recover very well though.
Yeah.
Like if they instantly they recognize we're double committed, spread out, and get ready for another attack.
Oh, Rizzo, that bump.
Oh.
Yukio had to make that save with almost nothing in the tank. Rizzo got a solid bump. Oh, and Yukio
no.
blocked this shot from Astral.
Unlucky.
It was a good attempt from Yukio because he knew where that ball was going, but
Yeah.
then his teammate got possession. He was in the way.
JNAP's forcing a heroic save. G2 shot placement. Very well. Been done very well so far.
This is a good game from G2, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of said in the beginning of this match, I don't know how G2 is going to come out. This was a strong showing in Game 1.
I mean, the defense to me is holding up really well, especially because G2, their style, they always have somebody last back
Yeah. To be
who's
fair,
in
they didn't
that
have to play
1v3.
much defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fist bumps coming out. Jazzo leading the charge. You can see Chicago pumped. He is pumped because he is making up for that rock.
He's
paper,
like, I'm glad we're just
scissors.
not playing rock, paper,
Yeah,
scissors right now.
it's like, thank goodness this isn't RPS.
I'm much better at this.
Jazzo was actually kind of sad
much
yesterday
significantly better.
Why was Jazzo sad?
because Rizzo himself had to get up and go get water, and Jazzo was nowhere to be found.
Oh, I remember
and
that. I
Jazzo
remember
literally
that.
came back into the beanbag area and was like scarred. He's like, dude, that was my
didn't do-
chance.
Yeah, no,
that was my
chance.
single chance.
Because I feel like, if you're a manager, your one job at least
Just to
is
get
to
water.
provide the basic
You're the water boy.
If
requirements of
anything, yeah,
life.
just that.
And so,
Get a
devastating.
Jazzo in-game title.
Devastating for
water boy.
Jazzo, but things are still working out for G2. Everyone playing well. We see games that sometimes, certain members of the team stand out, but I thought G2 as a unit stepped up.
And all the
Everyone.
goals were good. None of them were like bad
Yeah.
goals.
Right.
Like you had the uphill field passing play there.
I
You
don't-
had the Bardowski from Chicago, and then Rizzo's great placement.
I
too.
don't think Dig had great defense this game, but G2 did a really good job of exposing him for that, right?
Yeah, I
Just
think-
the transition downfield, great shots as well.
I don't think their defense was too terrible. I mean, I think they defended the backboard pretty well, but the shots were just well placed.
Yeah.
I feel like. So I think, yes, Dignitas obviously let 3 by, didn't manage to score, but I think it was more of a situation where G2 is playing well,
Yeah.
but Dignitas wasn't.
Well, I was thinking they change. I mean, you already talked about this Dignitas roster having the ability to, start quick, but that's not happened so far. And that's a problem if that's something that they should have on their side.
But it's game 1. It's game 1. That's always a feeler game. It's the first game of the day. Very early for a lot of these players.
This is a long series, too, a best of 7.
JNaps would probably not be up for another 6 hours.
Yeah.
Again, we're just seeing pressure from G2 immediately.
Good back pass. They're just aware of each other. They know where everyone is on the field right now, so
Yeah.
they just feel so comfortable.
Oh, man. Huh.
JNaps
That
wanted
was
to
questionable.
dribble
that was
weird.
questionable.
Well, I think he
right
thought
after I praised them.
the defender was going to get the touch, and then he didn't, and it just goes past J-Naps. He's like, oh, he didn't get it.
Oh, that touch.
Chicago just waiting to turn.
Oh, this is bad.
And he got the boost
Nice.
as well. So he wanted to get both boosts and the center ball, but it was well defended.
That was good from Yukio to make up. That was a tough situation
Yeah.
for Dig if Yukio wasn't there.
It's also hard, though, because you're also committing to your teammate making that mistake.
Yeah.
Rizzo demoing Yukio.
Oh,
And then
going for
Panda.
another.
Yeah, but it might
See it
pan
drop
out.
down here. And again, good backboard defense from Astral.
But it's just tough. Like, Dig gets the clear, but they just can't hold on to the ball right now.
We've seen G2 work the midfield.
Again, it's just thrown down.
Yeah, we see them work the midfield. We see them look for those passes. But you're right, Dignitas right now, even throwing
Double
2 at the
commit,
ball,
yeah.
Astral
Yeah.
coming in.
Astral
going for
didn't
that.
expect Yukio to cut on that.
And now that a chance. No follow-up. Dignitas had an opportunity there. Chicago
I
using up a
don't
lot
know.
of boost for that.
This is good for Dig, though. They have a little bit more pressure now, more opportunity.
It's very kickball-y right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's really keeping a bunch of possession.
I'd rather keep it on my opponent's end than in my end if we're going to play like that, you know?
I mean, yeah, but it just makes such easier time for counterattacks. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's what I was
one
saying,
of these
like-
teams is just going to burst open.
Yeah.
It's a much closer game. G2 scored relatively early in game 1 and kept them coming.
They still don't look like they're in trouble, though.
Yeah, I think there have been some chances for Dignitas. They haven't converted. Still looking for that first goal. But Dignitas in a position to win.
That was ambitious.
Yeah, very. I mean, the right idea, just not enough boost for it.
you go.
Oh, a miss from
Oh,
Rizzo.
that's
That's
it.
going to be the opening
Turtle
that
said it.
Astral was waiting for.
It's just the one counterattack. It's the counterattack that Dig gets, and then
Yeah.
the
JNAPs
mistake.
almost have this though.
Yeah.
Oh, he
the
might have.
sandwich.
I think Rizzo got on him by accident. Yeah.
And that's just panicky. I mean, I feel like if you're Rizzo, you kind of have to
Yo,
go for
yeah,
that,
you-
especially if
you don't
nobody
know
calls.
JNAPs. You don't know
Yeah.
JNAPs is there.
And
Halfway
that-
on your goal line.
In that
Yeah.
situation where that Rizzo was in, you have to make the touch before or right as it's touching that back wall.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bump him. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
bump.
Good
Yeah.
try. Was that in if he had gotten the full bump?
It might have been. Either way, it would have been a good opportunity for Dig. Now G2 kind of finds himself in a tough situation because they've had a lot of pressure in this game and a lot of shots. But Dig's defense has been so good, and they get one break on offense.
Oh, missed there. Chicago will have an opening.
Yeah, it's how do you respond from the
Right.
shift. That's something important is response from all of these teams.
Well, it's even tougher when you know that you've been playing better the entire game.
Yeah.
No, JNAPs
Oh,
is
what a
sitting there.
touch.
Oh my god, that was going in.
Oh, that was close. Rizzo needed some more boost, get leverage on that ball. But yeah, JNAP's almost finding that crazy angle.
I think that was Panda who got that save as well. Crucial right now for Dignitas, especially with only about 34 seconds left.
Yeah, we saw a pretty nutty angle from JNAP's yesterday. The double tap off the backboard.
G2 is looking like their ball movement's really nice right now. Like the lateral movement is keeping things interesting. So I think G2 will be fine going to the next game. They could even still get a goal in this one, but
It feels like it's
I
just
don't know,
now starting to connect, though.
And-
I haven't seen this all game.
I've been impressed with Dignitas staying calm. Astral waiting for that mistake and finally getting a mistake worth capitalizing on.
yeah.
He does it. Dignitas pulling down the win.
Wow.
It wasn't that commanding. Very tight
it
score
came
line.
late.
Astral,
Sure,
yeah.
yeah.
Astral scoring the only goal, and they were forced to make quite a few saves.
And it was off a counterattack too. It wasn't even like they were forcing offense the whole
Right.
time. It was just like, hey, we have one opportunity, let's punish, and they got it. But they weren't generating their own opportunities. as
Yeah,
much.
I mean, me and Corelli were talking about it. It was literally just clear after clear who's going to find the opening, and Astral just barely managed to squeeze it in off of a Rizzo and JNAP's
yeah, it
pinch.
was
like
a Rizzo mistake.
10 shots from G2 and 9 saves from Dignitas.
That's nuts.
9 out of 10 on target,
Yeah.
or close to being on target, forcing Dignitas to come out and make the
Yeah.
touch. And there was the play,
Yeah.
the miss, and
Oh,
then
it
it
did
looked
go
like
off
Rizzo
him.
did dunk it in. JNAP's
Yeah, he dunked it
Was
off
the
JNAPs.
angle already coming out?
Kinda wanna see
so
it from
yeah,
Rizzo.
from the other angle, you could kind of
Yeah.
tell that JNAP's
Rizzo
went for
sat
the
on
hit,
JNAPs.
and Rizzo blocked it.
Yeah.
So Rizzo missing the hit on the back wall, trying to scramble back accidentally.
But, I mean, yeah, that sucks for G2. But give credit to Dignitas to weather the storm, especially early on in that game, and then able to capitalize on that big one chance that they get to score.
I mean, they've got Jazzo pacing back and forth
yeah,
now.
Jazzo's
That's how you know
disturbed
you
right
got him
now.
on the ropes.
Yeah.
That's something I've seen happen.
Words
so
of
many
wisdom,
times.
Turtle. What's Jazzo's speech right now for G2?
He's like, look, they contaminated our water. Don't touch the water. Other than that, we'll be fine.
That's a horrible speech. This is the worst thing I've heard today.
I could be a great motivational speaker.
Yeah, not if you're saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, game one, it was all G2. Game two, tight scoreline. Dignitas getting the only goal. It was a 1-0 beat.
Starting off looking the same. G2 in control early. Shots coming through.
Hard backboard hit.
All backboard to backboard.
And then Chicago from
Oh.
a strange angle. Chicago.
That was a good
scoreable.
touch, though.
And
Yeah, he wanted to keep him on the attack.
Yeah.
sort of breaking down, though, for G2.
I don't know. Rizzo just got full boost at the midfield. So he's waiting for a rebound.
Yeah.
Backs out now.
We haven't seen a lot of that, though, from Dignitas, just kind of tossing the ball away. This is opportunity, though, for Violet Panda? Yeah.
Oh,
How about it?
nobody there on the backboard for G2. The whiff from, I think that was Chicago. Nobody following up. Rizzo's trying to stay in net, and it's just so much space in the air for Violet Panda to have time to get a precise shot.
And also it was a very good 50-50 from Astral. He was going up against Rizzo on that play. Rizzo had to get a better 50-50 than that. He wants to force that ball out to the corner. Anytime a ball goes straight up in the center of the field, it's dangerous. And the immediate answer.
I think this was a fake from Rizzo.
Yeah,
He
Rizzo-
jumped up
Rizzo
a little
was
bit to go for it and just completely missed.
Great placement.
Or was it
though.
a fake?
Over the shoulder of the last defender. That's tough to get up to.
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, that puts Yukio on it. Like he cut in short because he expected Rizzo to go for the shot, which left that far side open.
It's one of those things you see so many people in the air and a lot of panic. You just are like, I'm just gonna stay in net and hope that nothing comes my way.
Yeah.
And this is to win their group. Group A, #1 seed on the line here. You win, you go 2-0. You go into tomorrow #1 seed, and JNaps helping G2 inch towards that goal.
And JNaps felt confident going up here because Chicago got hit to the back wall and Rizzo was up. So JNaps needs to hit this ball.
Yeah. Well, you saw the speed he got. He's like, yeah, this is a goal.
Yeah,
I'm going right
it has
now.
to be. Otherwise, G2's in a really tough spot.
And it's just so impressive at how fast these guys are reading those corner or the curvature of the ceiling bounces.
Yeah,
like
he read that
JNaps,
early.
it was instant. It was instant. There was no doubt. At low GC, all lower ranks.
Yeah.
Those are confusing bounces because you don't know if it's going to come straight down or if it's going to come out a little bit.
I think that speaks a lot to the progression of the game as well. Just for these high-level pro players to be able to read perfect bounces that you normally, at the beginning, especially as your play time is increasing, you just think, I'm just going to hope it goes somewhere near my car.
Like
but
James
these players
said,
can read
that
perfectly.
bounce still low GC, even up to mid GC. That people miss that one
Yeah.
a lot.
And I mean, they might
those
not miss
training
it,
packs.
and some some might not miss it, but it takes you longer to read it.
Yeah.
right? You have to
You're on the
give it a
ground
sec.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
you're
can't
exactly.
predict it.
You're on the
just
ground
waiting
longer.
to respond. Yeah.
They're like,
Or you're in the air wasting boost,
you're
waiting
hovering.
for it to come down.
But
yeah.
JNaps just was like an arrow, and it was least
Oh,
and hit its
Astral.
mark.
Oh,
You guys got tricked.
Yeah, I did.
By the
camera.
Like, oh, it's open. Nope, Chicago's there.
So if you're Dignitas right now, are you trying to specifically feed it to Astral with such of a offensive, menace that he is, or do you think you're just trying to mesh completely together as a team?
If I'm Violet Panda, I'm probably trying to mesh as a
Oh,
team.
love
Yeah.
that play from Chicago. Chicago, instead of going for the shot, opts for the pass.
Oh.
But goal line defense coming out from Dig. But I think it's more Dignitas needs to just look for the pass, look for the teammates. It's not even necessarily look to feed it to someone specific.
Yeah.
It's just, find a yellow car, hit it to them, get the booming clear, or start some passing plays.
Or put your team in winning situations. All three players in Dignitas are capable of making something happen, but you got to be in the position to do it.
oh.
And that's the kind of stuff I like from G2.
I like the
Oh,
idea.
my goodness.
G2, a lot of times, they will make that pass.
They had a lot of ground passes going there. It's just Chicago was a little behind the play.
It's a good challenge. Such an important skill in Rocket League is how you position your car going into a 50-50. 50-50 is, you can win a lot more if you do look into the science of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Great
bounce shot.
Actually,
That was so smart.
the thing that really made me understand it was Johnny Boy had a good video on it a long time ago. Described it as like a clock.
Yeah, it was a clock. And in what sense?
So the idea is,
Explain.
That
You
was
have my
what a
interest.
profound statement.
It's
Very
like
cool.
a clock.
I was just trying to tease people so they go watch Johnny Boy's videos.
So what you're saying is you have zero idea what
You're
you're
like, I don't really remember the
So the
video, but it
idea
was
is-
a clock.
if
So you're
there's-
just a shill for Johnny Boy's
if there's
channel.
if there are two pressure points, like say you take 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, the ball, or like 7 o'clock, the ball's going to come out at the middle point around just after 3 o'clock.
Okay,
Right?
I'm just gonna stop this here. I don't want to think about the clock face.
What time is it?
I don't know. It's too early. I have
It's too early. That's what
It's
time
too
it is.
early for clock.
And I look. Yeah, I look.
and
I have a
metaphors.
digital.
No,
clock,
it's
right?
a really good way to visualize it, to understand how.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
but
I believe
also,
you. You convinced me.
let's just not talk about the clocks. After that.
Why? I'm trying to educate people, and you're
I
still
know, I'm
ripping into
messing
me.
What time zone are we in?
I'm going
This
back
is
to bed.
Pacific time zone. So G2 on the back of their passing plays.
It's another good game for G2. Really.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
And it's, G2 being creative, playing the team play, and playing with speed. J-Naps, great reads from him. Getting a hat trick this game. Had some really solid reads. And then also Reed, Chicago. His name is Reed. Just letting you know.
What a transition.
I thought he was doing a great job being a facilitator. Had some wonderful passes.
Trying to pull the clout here. Yeah, I know them by first name, basically.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I can call him by his first name because we're friends like that.
I just thought it would be funny to say Reed and then say Reed again.
What's that copy pasta?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure Twitch chat's working on the copy.
Might have a clock in it.
It might have a clock. Yeah, no, I feel like it's another good game from G2, very similar to their first showing.
I hope we see the shot from J-Naps again.
This is it.
Yeah.
The bounce back.
No, the one that was on the ground,
Yeah,
the timed one.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Oh,
that was beautiful.
Because
Yeah,
that
bounce
one's a calculated bounce shot because when he was in the air, he had time to read the defensive setup.
He could have put a straight shot on.
Yeah, he
definitely.
knew that he had to be like, okay, I've got to get it under this first defender, and then there's another guy right behind him. And he just, I think he was planning mainly to beat the first defender. Like, he knew he had no chance without just bouncing it. And the defender underneath, or the defender behind, really needed to delay on the brakes a lot faster because he just zoomed by the ball.
He got beat by the same shot.
Yeah.
He just goes right by it.
It just went right by it.
And I think that's one of the most amazing talents of these shooters here, like Astral and J-Naps, is their ability to read and see the field while they're going up for a shot. J-Naps was going up for the ball and going up for the shot. He literally was watching the other team while he gets the angle to hit the shot, and that's just incredible.
It's like a clock face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop.
no.
Sorry.
We're done. We're done with the clock.
You're making it
We're
seem
done.
like it's a
no,
wrong thing.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
It's just funny because you didn't say anything after.
That was almost great.
Johnny, come here, help.
He'll be here soon. Don't worry.
I just feel like Dignitas really hasn't felt explosive in this series. They've
think
had opportunity, but
They're patient right now,
explosive,
but
no.
that's such a Panda-like mentality. It's just stay patient,
Slow
stay
and
slow.
steady.
Well,
Yeah.
I like Corelli's point though. It's like you talk about explosiveness. It's how fast can you counterattack? It's,
Yeah, and I think Cloud9 probably the leading example of a team that can be explosive. But right now, for me, it's Yukio. We saw in Dignitas versus Vitality, Yukio was getting those bumps, so many bump plays, and he's just been pretty quiet this entire series.
Yeah, Yukio also one of those guys who is a really great shooter at high speeds and can do those high-speed double taps and redirects. So you're right. You want to see more out of Dignitas' offense.
Well, I feel like him and Astral could really do some magic up there.
But they need to start working on integrating with each other. It's getting making that pass instead of going for the backboard bang.
Oh,
wow.
That patience, that was beautiful. The placement on the far side.
He just walked up to it.
Yeah, that was just key.
Yeah.
And you saw there was Yukio who was sideways. Yukio was sideways. He was in an awkward spot. He needed to be in a spot where he could challenge Rizzo, or after Rizzo gets the backboard pass off there, that he's up and challenging the shot. You can't give space in front of net like that because you give too much of an angle of the net to shoot on.
Oh, that was such a great opportunity there.
It was
for
hard
Astral.
for Astral too, because he's expecting, okay, you tricked one of my teammates, you're going to shoot it over his head now.
Oh.
So he crept up too far. What?
There's no one home.
And Yukio, it was just
Where'd
a poor
he go?
clear. It looked
Literally
like
no
just
one
a little,
it was just a poor
toss
clear.
up.
Yeah, it was just a poor clear. Yukio needed to get more on it. I think he was caught by surprise. His teammate said, Yukio, you're the last back. You have to get it.
He
He turns for it and just doesn't get as much power.
To me, it looked like they
or
were
put
trying
it
to
to
do
the
it.
corner even too, where a teammate was, right?
I think they were trying to do a little bit of a counterattack clear there. Yukio trying to pop it up for his teammate, get a big follow, but it's just risky.
G2 wasn't up far enough for really that.
It's another game where G2 is really strong early.
Diggs gonna have to shut that down though, 'cause if they keep letting
Wow.
G2 pop off early, it's putting yourself in such a bad
That's a good
spot.
pitch.
And then we see Rizzo also with the boost steal. JNaps will have
Nice, good
play.
call out.
Tried to go for that flip reset. Double demo from G2. What are you laughing at, Corelli?
I just like how Yukio just gets thrown back.
Yeah.
Lots
what
of
a
space.
pass.
And then this set.
It's clears like that from Chicago that really define that G2 offense. Is every time you get it clear, you just the diagonal.
But look at these plays. It's always G2 playing off one another.
Yeah.
Even in the defensive end, you see Rizzo and JNAPS working together.
Well, the ball's constantly being being put across the field,
That's
and
what I
there's
said.
always a
G2's
G2 player.
lateral movement, like just the.
But it's
their
a forward. It's not just completely lateral.
but
It's
it's
forward
just
up
the
the
ability
field.
to
And that's what
everything is
Dignitas
amazing.
needs to get started, because we've seen Astral have some great shots. He's got it in him. Panda also with some good shot placement.
Yeah.
But it's those early passes when you're just starting your attack that aren't happening for Dignitas. So now here we see it finally. The infield banger.
That was a bullet.
Oh, that is
And-
what Dignitas needed. This rinse repeat. All right, if you're Dignitas,
That shot.
more
feels,
of that, please.
That feels so good. Just
Yeah.
right on the hood of the car.
Yu-Gi-Oh finally waking up.
And
Perfect
Astral
response.
as well. Astral, I think, has been playing really well. Like, he has been feeding his teammates. He has been in the right spot, the right time, getting his guys chances. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Astral. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, what a blast. And that brings them right back into it. It seemed like
Yeah.
G2 was going to have this game in the bag as
Oh,
well.
there's another one.
Oh,
Trying to bar down.
oh no,
Follow up?
G2.
Oh, you got to put that one in.
You needed a little more height.
That was it.
But another center ball.
One of those two had to go in.
Yeah.
But you can tell that Dignitas is starting to feel it. They're starting to amp it up.
Yeah. Do you think they can turn the series around now?
Oh, yeah.
I think they heard James when they said, when literally he just talked about cross-field, passing and trying to replicate that
And then
G2
they bang one
offense.
home, yeah.
Exactly. And you can even do that with just dribbling to get across, field pitch.
Yeah,
You don't have to just always boom it. You can flick it completely across with no momentum and start it yourself.
I've been a big fan of seeing players bring the ball down, drawing out defenders, and then
and then going across.
Going
You know
across
who's really
the
good at
field.
that is Chaussette as well.
absolutely
Yes.
great example.
Chicago trying to come off the ceiling there, not working out. Final 30 seconds of the game. G2 will move to match point if they can get the win here.
That'll guarantee themselves into the upper bracket tomorrow.
And we've seen multiple opportunities for Dignitas now.
Reset? Oh, he went for it.
Yeah, I think he just didn't know if he wanted to pass it down to his teammate
Yeah.
or just solo it.
Wow.
Great challenge.
Oh, Dignitas has possession.
One more
Could be a chance.
Oh,
This could be it.
The follow-up.
bouncing back, a miss.
Oh,
He keeps it alive. The flip.
Oh, that's still alive too. Oh no!
Oh,
that was bad.
Feels bad. But that game was so close, especially near the end. Dignitas
Yeah.
almost pulling it back.
Yeah.
Astral playing a facilitator role yet again.
Yeah.
Getting that assist, trying to set up his teammates. Yukio, he had a hot and cold game. He had a mistake on defense that resulted in a G2 goal. He had that fantastic shot to get the only goal of the game for Dignitas. But then also we saw him hit crossbar immediately after. And then also a few other opportunities that he wasn't able to connect on. So Yukio, mixed performance here. Mixed performance all around from Dignitas. Violent Panda, a little bit quiet. We saw a good goal from him earlier in the series, but Dignitas, they need that synergy.
Yeah.
They need the synergy that G2 has been displaying.
And smart plays from JNAPS too as well.
Yeah.
We saw so many mind games as well. Sorry, continue.
Oh,
You're going to talk about clocks here?
No, I'm not talking
If
at all
anyone
anymore.
says clocks again, you're banned for the rest of the tournament.
Ooh.
Like, you can't come back on the couch. The clock is done.
I'm not talking anymore.
You're not
I'm
talking
out.
anymore.
Anything I say is going to be used against me.
All right, so we were talking about G2's excellence in passing. Even at the end there, we saw some physical plays from G2 as well. So it seems like every facet of their game is working right now.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they're playing perfect, because we saw Dignitas.
No.
That was a winnable game for them.
Absolutely.
That was a very winnable game. They had opportunities even in the waning moments.
I think the important thing right now is, again, like they got to look at that. This is amazing
Kick-off.
training right now.
Oh, that's not how you want to start
Kick
off.
off goal. You can't do that.
Dignitas.
Let's take a look at how they did
What
it.
happened
So Yukio
here?
was cheating, and then JNAPS just sticks around for another
Oh.
challenge. So Yukio was trying to push the ball downfield, and JNAPS is just in the way.
And that one's tough too, because
Yeah.
Astral thought maybe he could get there
Yeah.
to make up for
Very
it.
aggressive
but,
play
yeah.
from him too.
Yeah. But I was saying, like, this is great for Dignitas with a new guy coming in, playing against G2, a G2 that looks good. Like, you're able to now go back, watch these VODs back, and have so much material to work off and say, okay, we had a great showing, but this is where we need to work on.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
there's still a very fresh roster.
Yeah.
That's something that we forget.
This is a good tournament to do
Wait,
that
what?
at, too.
This is a fresh roster?
No, I mean,
Oh, Dignitas?
We're talking about
okay,
with
all right,
Astro.
All right, okay. Yeah, no,
that's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
you got me.
James trying to confuse me over here.
No, I was sitting there. I was just looking at what they were talking about. I was trying to decipher it. Then I heard this is a new roster, and I thought we were talking about the guys I was looking at.
Are we deciphering their comms right now?
I was trying.
So far,
to.
it's this.
I am not very good at reading lips.
Let's replicate
I could
this
read.
comms.
I could read these lips.
I've got this down pat right now.
They are saying nothing.
Oh.
And now we're going to jump back into it.
Are they
A
gonna
kickoff goal for G2 out of the start.
Already a hole for Dignitas to climb out of early in the game.
And that's not what you want. This is...
Well, we said it like 3 games in a row now. G2 gets an early lead.
Yeah, they've had. Yeah,
It's been tough.
And Chicago now. Chicago, you like watching him play. He's always ready to keep the ball out of the other team's hands no matter what. Like, he'll hit it anywhere. And now an opening.
Yikes, dog.
J-Naps.
Yeah.
He has been deadly.
Just
Dignitas.
no corner play. I think that was Astral
And
looking for
yeah.
It was
boost
another
again.
50-50 win. Rizzo this time just like waiting for his chance, sees the defender coming in, just gets in the way,
Yeah.
and the ball leaks out into the middle.
And even then, Astral, he didn't have any boost. He could have just stayed in net and had a better chance at saving it, but he was still flipping, trying to get the corner. It wasn't up,
Yeah.
so then he turned around and it was still too late. And that's something we've seen so much from Astral, is going for that boost, rotating too easily into the corner instead of just patiently waiting on the goal line. And James, you mentioned that way even before the game even started.
There's been a couple times now Dignitas have just had open nets where they lost a 50-50 or someone had a poor clear or rotated to the corner.
I mean, both the goals in this game are from lost 50-50s.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's an opening. Oh, what a
And
flip,
Rizzo,
though.
yeah,
Got
Rizzo,
back
like exactly. That looked like Rizzo wasn't going to get back in time, but he timed that flip perfectly to get in the way of that opportunity.
But one thing we did talk about from last game, Dignitas forced 8 saves out of G2, so they did have opportunity coming their way. It's not like they
Absolutely.
just got smothered.
It was just some shot issues. You can't shoot perfect. It's very difficult to shoot perfectly. I think only Farah can do that.
Yeah. The
He has
Airbus.
games where he's perfect.
The Airbus, as we called him.
The Airbus?
Yeah, that's what we called Farah.
Yes.
Well,
That
I
is
just didn't get that. Why?
like a
because-
plane.
Well, I know the
CJ
plane, but
CJ said that Farah had the heaviest car we had ever seen any player have.
Oh,
and he doesn't
okay.
air roll, so he just kind of just heats himself up there. You know?
Ooh. And Chicago with the save from Panda's shot.
That was a tough save.
Yeah, that's when things start to get frustrating. You know, when you're like, wow. As soon as everyone has those shots where you see the defender in net, but you hit a good shot and you're like, oh, that's got to be going in.
Yeah.
And then they still make the save.
I mean, to me, it's how does Dignitas find that transitional game where they can all move forward instead of being so straightforward with how they clear it?
It's just
going straight up.
being mindful about these 50-50s. You know, both of G2's goals from those, you know, situations where Dignitas is barreling in, and then G2 just gets there just in time, and you know, just flops right in front of it.
A lost 50-50 is going to kill all momentum.
I just feel Dignitas needs to keep the ball more. They haven't done a good job of finding each other out. It's been a lot of solo plays that, like this dribble, it goes nowhere and a lost 50-50 again.
And no boost for Yukio. He does get the center here, but G2 was so fast to it, just can't get a hold of the midfield. Another decent shot. Chicago has been on the goal line a few times for G2.
Oh, this is scary.
All the midfield pass.
Set up,
Yeah.
but Chicago is too close.
It hasn't been too threatening from Dignitas yet, in this game in particular.
Yeah.
G2 really haven't had to.
Well, you mentioned
Yeah,
it's-
there's one good save from Chicago,
and
but
it's anytime's offense is one guy attacking.
Yeah.
It's the same thing over the whole field.
Right.
Yeah, what you're saying.
And we saw Violent Panda go all the way to the other end of the field for boost. He finally gets back for rotation, gets a
Oh, that's
hit,
it.
Got him.
and that pays off the gamble from Panda.
yeah. All of G2 is committed, or at least they were going back.
Coming in with full momentum.
Wow.
That is
Chicago.
a huge clear.
Yeah.
That is a banger.
Chicago was on the midfield boost, and he was just trying to race back to get there in time.
Did he grab any full boost pad? I didn't see.
I couldn't tell.
And a good pop. Dignitas has been doing decent on the kickoff to get it back, but they haven't been able to do much when they do win those kickoffs. And CJ and Johnny have walked into the building with warm greetings.
Oh, good. They can help me now.
They look very well rested,
Yeah.
indeed.
They look very happy to be here.
But we're in the final minute. G2 very close to closing out Group 1, but the equalizer from Yukio.
It's the same story now for G2. Poor clear. It just rolls out to
Huge
Yukio.
mistouch. What a read from
Yeah.
Yukio.
Well, Yukio knows that
plan the mistouch.
Yukio can. It's those situations where you can tell with the way it's bouncing, the way that the defender's positioned, the probability of where the ball's going to kick out to.
Yeah.
Yukio had a good read there. Chicago needed more power. With more power from that, he might have been able to not allow Yukio to get a shot, but Yukio, solid positioning. And this is where the comeback story begins for Dignitas. Now with center. You like the idea from Panda, but his teammates weren't ready.
Oh, he's got some
You're
boost.
seeing Panda start to take charge on the offense now, too.
Clip reset. But that's got to be a little discouraging if you're Panda. You're looking for those infield passes. No teammates around. Now
Yeah.
off the ceiling. Good clear from Yukio. Rizzo to J-Naps. J-Naps. Shot towards net. It was soft, easily handled. And now we're going to go to overtime.
Wow.
So first
Game
overtime,
2.
yeah.
Yeah, this is it for G2. If they can win it,
Yeah.
they will clinch the #1 seed.
Everything on the line here for Dignitas. And seeding, like you mentioned earlier, James, is so important right now, especially in the format of this tournament.
So
and that's it.
That's it.
Oh,
Rizzo.
yeah. They're kickoffs. They've got
Closes
so
the
many
book.
goals off kickoffs.
Yeah.
You're so right. G2 dominating on the kickoff, and that was just a stellar pass
Yeah.
from Chicago, blasting it across the midfield. And G2, off the back of their passing plays, are going to get the dub. They're the #1 seed.
And that was
They've got the extra
convincing,
life.
too.
Yeah, it was a convincing win. Rizzo, 2 goals there. Step-up game from him. And this,
Yep.
it isn't over for Dignitas. So for Dignitas now, they are going to play whoever wins the Group A matchup from the teams who have not won yet. So that is the Rogue and the Bricks. They will be playing the winner of Rogues and the Bricks, I believe.
Or Group B, right?
Or yet.
Group.
Yeah, I think so. I'll have to check. Real quick.
Who's Group? What?
So they're Group A. They are Group A. So they have to play the team from Group A that lost. So it's NRG. It's NRG and Vitality. That was my bad.
Yeah, okay.
It's early. Give me a break. Okay.
This was a
You
much.
didn't get the
break.
extra sleeping
Why?
hour.
You don't give me any breaks.
Hey,
Because you were talking
you're
about
right.
clocks.
Okay. All right.
He was
hammer.
talking about the
Talk about
All right,
devices.
Turtle. That is a technical foul. You're
Oh,
out.
no.
He's done.
Should I just get up and leave?
You should. See you later.
Yeah. Thanks for playing.
But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Johnny, help.
No, but
No.
but this was a little bit of a slow start for Dignitas. Dignitas, they just couldn't get that the offensive
Yeah.
synergy going. Like
They came out swinging.
we
against
saw
Vitality.
glimpses of it. Yeah, we saw glimpses of it.
This was a much better game from G2 because what we saw last
Yeah.
time, they were a little disorganized.
yeah.
Or yesterday. A little disorganized, double commits everywhere. They seemed to command the
Yeah.
pace of game here. All 3 of them were really working together.
You could look at it this way. They actually had more games of practicing because they were like a full
Oh,
team
yeah,
for
that's
one
right.
of the
The
crew
crew
battles.
battle. The crew battles,
That
yeah.
was the difference maker.
They've gotten a lot of reps.
They can thank Squishy for that win
Chicago
right there.
has only played with G2 at this tournament.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you're right. Or by himself.
And joining us at the podium is the one and
Is that a
only
Rizzo?
That is Rizzo. Rizzo,
Hey,
congratulations on
How
that
you
win.
doing?
thank you. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
What was that exasperated breath?
Yeah, was that
Is that
an
for the
intense
game
it was
or-
good. No, because like Lena said, I walked down the stairs.
It was
so.
this thing. All these gamers.
So so you want an escalator for next time?
Yeah, please.
Okay, we'll
Elevator.
we're-
How about we just set?
One-
we'll
one
just
floor.
set up the setups right behind the couches.
That's
here.
no,
I'll just
that's
give you a
too-
piggyback right up there next
I was going to
time.
say, use
No, I
that.
appreciate that.
Job.
So Rizzo, walk us through that series. It seemed like you guys were gelling right from the get-go. Walk us through how it was from your experience.
I mean, that's pretty vague, James, but
Well, I
I
mean,
will say,
so you guys were. It seemed like you guys were looking for the passes. You were getting good challenges that were setting up people to fast follow, And Dignitas wasn't doing that. We didn't see them making the same passes. You guys it seemed like making a concerted effort to really, instead of take the shot or blast it off the backboard, like call it out, go for the pass.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's somewhat like what we've been working on, even since Worlds. Basically, just looking for each other and making sure we like keep up aggression and stuff like that, and not just like leave an empty ball. And then the only game we ended up losing was because I whiffed the ball on,
on the backboard.
Yeah,
and then
I thought I had it, and I was like, oh no.
It
And I
also
jumped and it
looked
looked
like
even
you
worse.
dunked JNaps.
Yeah, that's what we
I thought
thought
I'm
too.
pretty sure he saved it.
Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah.
thought
It was
as well.
close. It was close.
I don't know though, because his angle it kind of
It
like
was hard
still
to
gonna
tell.
hit
He
it.
might not
Yeah.
have had it. For you'll say we didn't, but
Yeah,
might.
well, of course he didn't have it.
Yeah, so you guys are the number 1 seed going into tomorrow out of your group.
Guaranteed?
Yeah, so you guys are the number 1 seed out of Group A. So that means that basically what that means is you guys have an extra life. So tomorrow you're going into the upper bracket. Whoever gets third place starts in the lower bracket. So it was important to win this game because now Dignitas has to go play the winner of NRG and Vitality, and if they lose, they only have 1 life tomorrow. So you guys locked it in. You guys are looking really solid.
Yeah, so I just a question on that, like obviously looking for each other. Does it come down to like just seeing them, or is it really hugely
Is it
reliant
faith?
on communication, or is it just understanding? Okay, they're going to be there.
Well, yeah. No, that's not mine.
Happy birthday.
Our phones look exactly the same. What'd you say?
Sorry. It's like the looking out for each other. I saw you had this one wall pinch that back passed. I think it was to JNaps or whatever. It's like, did you see him there, or did he tell you he was
Oh
there?
yeah,
or like
he told me he was going there, so
Okay.
I just went
So
to
it's-
hit it back to him at that point because either like I gave the ball to Panda or I hit it back to him. There was really
Yeah.
no choice for me.
yeah.
Also, the kickoffs. You guys were dominating kickoffs.
Yeah.
Was that
Kickoffs are RNG? You know.
Yeah, you
That's why nobody plays ones. It's RNG.
Well, I mean, it seemed like you guys had it pretty, like, at least the challenges. You guys were like beating up on them on 50-50s.
Yeah, I think we've gotten scored on in the past so many times on kickoffs that like we
just
try to
scared.
we try to just not get scored on.
Yeah,
And then
that's the
like,
goal.
Yeah, basically.
somehow.
And then if we don't get scored on, we consider it a win for kickoff.
Yeah, no,
Did you guys feel better today rather than yesterday? You guys looked more comfortable today.
I don't think there was a difference. Like personally for me, at least,
Yeah.
or like us, we didn't like go into it saying, I don't know, anything specific, or we were
Maybe
just like,
Right.
let's play like we won yesterday, let's
Yeah.
win today.
Is it
Fair
because you
enough.
didn't have to get up to get your own water this
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, what was
That
it
is
like
the
playing
question.
so early? too?
Yeah, well, I had a full bottle this time, not just a little.
Yeah,
little
you have to
red
move.
cup. Yeah,
There you go.
So I was fully filled.
It's the vitality strats.
Yeah, we were just commenting on how Jazzo kind of let you guys down yesterday.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
having
He
I
failed
mean-
you, dude.
I mean, I didn't really ask him, but like I kind of expect my cup to be full.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's true.
the diva coming out of Rizzo.
So I think another question on the top of everyone's mind is: are you going to be playing Mafia tonight?
I don't know how to
TBD.
play.
So
They'll teach-
we
it's
learned.
fun. Yeah.
We learned
It's
how to
not
play.
hard.
Yeah.
It was
We
rough.
learned how to play. It's really easy, and the moderator actually just walks you through it. He just tells you what to do. He tells you what
Yeah.
to do, and it's just fun because
Trust. It's really
yeah,
fun.
we got
Okay.
Corelli.
Yeah.
We got Corelli right out of the gate. Like he was so easy to identify.
Yeah,
we
and then
took
I
him
won
out.
the
And
next
then he won the
game.
next
Yeah,
game
so.
because he took me.
Because
out.
I'm a genius.
Yeah.
He took my my vocal
Yeah.
coaching skills.
Well, I give you a TBD then.
Okay, TBD.
Yeah.
So you hear it, guys. If you want to see Rizzo participate in Mafia, you have to tweet at him.
yeah,
Just
spam his Twitter right
bazillion
now.
tweets.
Make his phone go off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that previous phone that JNaps tried to break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I think
Chicago's.
that's
One of his
Chicago.
phones.
We should get Chicago in there too. So tweet at them both.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to go to a quick break. We've got Cloud9 and Frontline coming up next, guys. You will want to see that. Don't go anywhere.